guys, I am filming my second Q&A video. I did my very first one quite a few months ago now, and I really enjoyed filming that and receiving your questions and answering them, so I thought I would do another one. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that I posted up a picture to let you know to leave your question in the comment section. So I'm going to answer some of those questions today. I don't think that I will get a chance to answer all of them, otherwise this video will be super long, but let's get into it. Oh, by the way, I will link my first Q&A video down below if you missed that one. So before I get into it, I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name or your username, but yeah, I will try my best. So the first question is from Gina Chua, and Gina asks, have you been to all the other states in Australia? If not, which state will you be visiting next? No, I haven't been all over Australia. I've been to Sydney, so I've been to New South Wales, Queensland, I've been to Tasmania, obviously Victoria, because this is where I grew up, this is where I was born. So what was the next part of the question? If not, which state will you be visiting next? To be honest, I'm more likely to be going to New South Wales, just because it turns out that I tend to go to Sydney probably once or twice a year. But I don't know where I will be going in terms of a state that I haven't been to. Possibly South Australia, because they have some really nice wineries there. Who knows? Belle's Beauty asks, what inspires you and would you like to visit Mexico someday? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you very much. Seeing other people follow their dreams and being able to achieve their dreams or see some sort of outcome from it, that's inspiring for me. Would I like to visit Mexico someday? Absolutely. I'm actually planning, Phil and I are planning a trip to Europe next year. We absolutely love to travel. Obviously we won't be going to Mexico, but we definitely would love to visit Mexico one day. Nara Lavati asks, any secret with keeping your relationship long and happy? Well, this could be like a whole separate video in itself, but I would definitely say you need to trust each other completely. You cannot, you can't afford to have any trust issues in the relationship, or you definitely have a problem. You need to be able to feel comfortable together, not having to put on some sort of face or whatnot in front of the other person. And I would also say definitely making an effort to spend quality time together. Just because you might be seeing each other often, it doesn't mean that you're spending quality time together. So for example, if you live together, so Phil and I are married, so we live together now, so we see each other all the time, but I feel like it's important to make the effort to actually spend quality time together, you know, go out for dinner, go out for dinner dates and things like that. That really nurtures your relationship. So I would say, just in a quick nutshell, that would be my tips. Angie May asks, any plans for a meetup in Sydney? Well, I've never done a meetup before, because I don't think anyone would come. If I had people that wanted to go to a meetup to meet me, then of course I definitely would, but I feel like I'm quite far from that. Chi Baby 2106 asks, what's been the biggest difference between being married and living together? I'm not sure if you are referring to being married versus living together, or just my life before I was married and therefore living together, because for Phil and I, we actually didn't move in together until we got married. So my very first night spending it together with him in our home was actually our wedding night. So if that's what you're asking, if what's the big difference, then it was a huge difference, because we didn't live together beforehand. And some people were warning me that it might be tough, we might go through a transition period because we'd never lived together and therefore we didn't know sort of our habits of living, I guess. But we actually, I guess we're lucky, we found it quite easy and we seemed to just slot into each other's lives very nicely. I love it. I absolutely love it. So it's definitely a big difference because I was living at home beforehand, so yeah, highly recommended. Go get married if you found your soulmate. Karen K asks, what do you like to do when you aren't working or filming? I like to watch YouTube videos. I have an Apple TV, so I can watch my YouTube videos on my TV, and that's my ultimate chill out time. I used to read a lot, but to be honest, I don't really make too much time for that. I like to shop online and go out and eat. Eating is one of my favorite things to do. I love to try different restaurants and different cuisines, and Phil and I both love to eat, so that's definitely like a favorite activity of ours. Sujinas asks, personal tips to save for your first home. I would say you should definitely set up some sort of savings plan, definitely sort of come up with a plan so you know like how much income you're getting, and when you want to actually purchase your home, how much roughly you need to save up, and how much you're going to have to save up each week or each fortnight or every time you get paid, how much money you need to put aside to make that amount of money. And I think the best way to do that is if you open up a separate account and just set up an automatic savings plan, so that amount of money just directly goes to that account. You can't touch it, and then the rest of the money, you know, you can use that for your personal expenses. For me, that would be the easiest way to save for anything really, because then you don't need to sort of just hope for the best and just hope that you're going to miraculously save money. The best way is just to put it aside and know that it's actually happening. Jessica Wee asks, when's our next brunch, and what has been your favorite lookbook that you've created since you started vlogging, and why? Jess, we will have brunch soon. So, favorite lookbook. I'm going to say that my favorite lookbook has been my collaboration with Vidal Sassoon and Ming Pink, because I don't know if you guys know, but Phil actually films all my videos apart from these talking ones. Obviously the camera's on a tripod, but Phil films all my videos. He is a wedding videographer. He owns his own wedding videography business, and I edit them. Now, apart from this Vidal Sassoon and Ming Pink collaboration, I didn't edit that, he edited that, and I think it looks amazing because I had a professional edit that video. So I really love that video. We put a lot of work into it. It took many hours to shoot, although it may not look like it because it was just a few minutes long, but we actually, you know, planned that properly with somewhat of a storyboard. Like, it wasn't super complicated, but probably the most complicated project we've done together. So yeah, I'm really proud of that video, and yeah, I will link that down below if you haven't seen it. TL07 asks, any plans for children? We have been getting this question lately from family and friends. Now, we definitely want children, but when that is, we don't know. As I said, we're going to Europe next year, so we definitely want to do the travel thing first. And I guess it's just when we feel that we're ready, then we'll have kids. Okay, I'm going to struggle with this username. It's X_something. I'm not even going to try. The question is, do you speak any Cantonese or Mandarin? I understand most Cantonese, like basically conversational Cantonese I can understand. If you get technical and talk about political words and stuff, I probably won't understand. I don't understand Mandarin. I did go to Chinese school to learn Mandarin, and so I know like your real child basics of Mandarin. Otherwise, I would say that I don't understand it. I understand Cantonese because I grew up watching TVB, so that's where I learned most of my Cantonese. I speak a different dialect of Chinese. I speak Teochew. Love Paris asks, how do you take care of your hair and make it silky? This hair doesn't look silky right now. But I do have a macadamia oil that I absolutely swear by. I love it. I put that stuff all over the ends of my hair after I've washed it, and I don't know if that's contributed to making my hair look silky, but I've definitely used that for a good couple of years now, and I found that it definitely helps my hair dry faster because of the oil in the hair, and therefore I don't need to spend too much time blow drying it if I am blow drying it. That being said, if I'm at home and I don't need to go anywhere, I just let my hair air dry. So, and of course I use heat protection as well, but I wouldn't say this hair is silky. Not right now anyway because of the colour in it. Tranny_Zephyr asks, best place you would recommend to dine out in Melbourne? I think I got this question last time. There are so many good places to go and eat, and as I said, Phil and I love our food, so we definitely have tried a good number of places, like including fine dining and like, you know, your cheap and nasty food. But I tend to always recommend to people who are not locals, I always tend to recommend Chin Chin. I love Chin Chin. Some of you guys might know June from Hey June. She doesn't really post videos anymore because she's really busy being a doctor, but last year she visited Melbourne and we got to meet up, and I took her to Chin Chin's and we had dessert there and it was amazing. You have to have the banana roti. It is the best. Like there's always a really long wait at Chin Chin, and I would recommend that you don't go in large groups because you'll be waiting forever for a table. I mean, an hour plus. If you go in like pairs, that's probably the best way to do it because you don't need to wait too long and you can sit at the bar as well. Also, the earlier you go, the better. If you go at like 7 o'clock, then you'll probably be waiting like 1 to 2 hours for your table, and that's really normal. And unfortunately, it's this new thing in Melbourne where all of the really good restaurants don't allow reservations and you just have to go and wait, and it's like the norm to wait for your table for 1 to 2 hours. So kind of sucks, but it's like the new Melbourne culture. I don't know if it's just Melbourne. Does this happen in other states too? Let me know. So that concludes my second Q&A video. Thank you so much if you left a question on my Instagram or Facebook. Definitely follow me on Instagram, Facebook or Twitter if you don't already. You can also follow me on my blog, which is lovechicstyling.com. Please thumbs up this video if you enjoy watching and you want to see more Q&A videos in the future. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.